Taylor Swift is the biggest celebrity endorsement any politician can get. It didn't work. No one cared. It didn't work. No one cared. Didn't matter. No one gave a shit. No one gave a shit about Oprah. Nobody cared about George Clooney. Nobody cared about any of these people. Nobody cared about any of these people because people are sick of it. People are sick of it.
Yes, he is right. Nobody cares. George Clooney taking step back from politics after being made a scapegoat for Kamala Harris laws. I don't know if you've seen it. Extremely concerning. According to this article recently put out by the Daily Mail, George Clooney feels he is being used as a scapegoat in the furious blame game over who could have caused Kamala Harris the elections and will now take a step back from politics. He is quitting. The Hollywood star 63 threw his support behind Harris after pinning a blustering up why Joe Biden will cost the Democrat the win if he didn't abandon his campaign, but it still wasn't enough to prevent an historic victory for Trump. These people are just panicking. George Clooney has since been criticized by Democrats for his influence during the election, with some claiming Harris' loss was his fault. We saw what he did. They made sure that Biden would not see money. And as a result, we saw Kamala came in. Now they are blaming him. On this clip, we are going to take an exclusive look into what is going on.
Nobody cared about any of these people because people are sick of it. People are sick of it. They know George Clooney doesn't get them. How stupid would you have to be to think that George Clooney had your best interest at heart when you're waiting to get discounted food from the church? Is that comforting when you're on a line to get discounted food from the church? Who Taylor Swift, a trillionaire, thinks you should vote for? Do you think, and all these people are like, well, the women are going to come out because of abortion. Apparently not. Apparently a more salient issue is food. Who can afford food? That's apparently a more salient issue than abortion. But they're imagining that these women with children and a husband who are waiting in line at a food bank are getting a text from Taylor Swift, and these women go, God, I want to feed my kids, but what I really want to do right now is have an abortion. I just want to have an abortion. I'm hungry. Mommy, we're hungry. Shut up. I want to have an abortion. I've been in traffic for a half hour. Mommy, we're hungry. Why are the interest rates so high? I imagine they're very smart, the kids. Why are the rates so high? Shut up. Your mother just got a text from Taylor Swift, and Taylor made a good point. And now I'm going down to the clinic. I want an abortion. That's all I care about is abortion. I want an abortion. Mommy, we just want waffles. Waffles are $40, but an abortion is free.
Dillon is saying the truth. Just the truth. People don't care about abortion. They care about their stomach. Just imagine someone suffering for 4 years is not able to buy food. You are there just to convince me about women's right, abortion. So I should change my mind compared to how I feel inside. And still here, Democrats cannot realize that this is a problem. They cannot figure that out. They are blaming people here and there. There is a new trend on social media. Democrats said, like, I'll be leaving the country if Trump wins. But from the look of things, they don't want to go again. This lady actually put this video out.
Hi, you guys. It's me, Kathy. Okay, so I am responding to a bunch of the comments that I've been getting. Look, sometimes I read the comments. Sometimes my security folks advise me to not read them. But look, I'm not leaving the country. All right? I never said that. I was never one of these celebrities, D-list or otherwise, that was like, and if Trump gets reelected, I'm leaving the country and I'm going here and I'm going to do this. Obviously, I didn't want him to win. But if you guys know my story at all, and if you don't, just Google Kathy Griffin, Donald Trump. You know, I've already tussled with him. I've tussled with him 7 years ago, and I prevailed, and I, you know, just played Carnegie Hall 2 weeks ago, and by the way, literally kissed the stage. There's a big lipstick mark that's still there probably. And, you know, what's going to happen now, especially with Project 2025, is yet to be seen how much they're going to do of it. But I definitely suggest that you read Project 2025. It's not that difficult of a read at all. It's not a book. But I have had the knock at the door. So don't come at me and don't be talking to me about, you know, you should be so scared, Kathy, and I'm sure you're packing your bags. I know this will get me in trouble, but I really, really wish Taylor Swift had done an event with Vice President Harris in Pennsylvania 2 months ago. Okay, I just had to say that because she is so powerful, and it's not fair that the weight of the world should be on a pop star's shoulders.
She wants to be using Trump's name to be relevant. A lot of people have forgotten about her now because of what is going on. The other day she came out and blamed Taylor Swift for Kamala laws. Like Taylor Swift never came out to rescue her. They never thought that was a good idea to bring in Taylor Swift. Instead, they went and paid money to some crazy celebrities. Now they are here crying. Taking a look at her, she made it clear, like, if Trump wins, she'll be leaving the country. Internet never forget. There are a lot of things when you put out, people have a record of it. There are clips disproving what she's saying here. She was one of them. Whoopi Goldberg, the same thing. They are not living. Then I don't understand why they had to put that out on social media. Crazy, right?
Counselor, thanks so much for being with us. And this is kind of a little bit of a separate subject, although tangentially related to what Kate was just talking about there. But you are advising clients who are worried about retribution from the incoming Trump administration, revenge. And I was reading an article where you said you were counseling some people to leave the country. Why?
Well, look, Donald Trump and those in his inner circle have been very clear over the period of time, and especially during the campaign, that they do intend to retaliate, and they do intend to retaliate swiftly. They've made those promises. He said that he intends to have his second administration one that fulfills promises. So it would be naive and foolish for us not to take any of this seriously. And we're preparing. Now, I've represented a lot of clients who have been specific targets of President Trump and those around him. We're not just talking about my federal employee workers in different agencies who are uncomfortable, like you've just heard in this last segment. We're talking about people who have been specifically called out by the former president of the United States.
Who raised these people?
Yeah.
Because they were not raised by anybody in my neighborhoods that I grew up, any middle-class neighborhoods that I grew up in.
If you are not guilty of anything, you will not panic. Why is this man advising people to flee? It therefore means they are guilty of something they did. You cannot just tell me, oh, Trump wants to do this, Trump wants to do this, when you are in nonsense.
And you don't get your cheap ass.
Hey, this is a family environment. Please
I am leaving.
Leave right now. This is a family environment. We're not doing that here. We represent Panera Bread and the brand. I don't care who you voted for, who you love, who you worship. Get out.
I'm not going to have my rights taken away.
Nobody's questioning
Let me just
anybody's
throw away my
rights.
garbage. That's
Thank
all
you.
I'm doing.
Please leave these other guests alone.
Elon Musk, who this morning tweeted, Kimmel is an insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet, which at least my children like me, you know, it's... Take issue with that. The guy who paid people $1 million a day to vote for Donald Trump is calling me a propaganda puppet.
It has washed over us. Elon Musk, he buys Twitter, and then he uses it almost exclusively to be a propaganda machine, and we've accepted it. We've accepted a narrative that despite an actually great economic recovery, the vibes don't feel good.
Well, I think it's a little weird, right? I mean, Elon Musk seems to be everywhere at all times. He's like secretary of everything, and at the same time, he's like first lady.
Filled with nothing, not about right. It's not about conservative.
And this is perfect for the movie you're going to do.
To do worse under a Trump administration. The only people that are going to do well are the millionaires and the billionaires.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump.
If you want to go out there and do it, it is your own body. Nobody owns that. So it is crazy.
But you think if you want to
that all of these people who believe that their lives are, that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted felon.
Comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
So with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
No matter how you disagree with someone politically, you should never pray for this.
Elected that guy.
I didn't mention that guy's name. He's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. Anyway.
Regularly, I'm guessing you're not doing great.
To be honest, it was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one? Now's the time to stand in solidarity with our friends.
Bishop Vigano, he says that the